On this episode of You Can't Eat the Grass, everything goes wrong. Health concerns, not enough flowers, bad cats. Can we overcome everything and still have a successful market? Or are dark times coming to the farm? Stick around to find out.
My back hurts. But this is the end of the back-breaking labor. It's been killing me to be standing at the sink and cleaning all these tulips. But this is the last bucket of tulips that needed to be cleaned. This is the end, the official end of tulips here on the farm. This week is turning out to be a nightmare. It was looking really good. We got the last of the tulips harvested out of the garden, and I was like, yay, these are gonna pair so nicely with the ranunculus that are coming up. But then the weather was super cold all week, and our ranunculuses haven't done anything. The only flowers that we have for this weekend are the tulips. The other problem is we've been having like no sales at the roadside stand. So we have a pile of tulips that we need to sell this week, stuff that I harvested out beginning of the week, you know, in storage. I need to sell them, but we have too many to just sell them at the roadside stand with how slow it's going. So we have to go down to the market. But we don't have enough tulips to actually bring down the $1,000 that we like to bring to the market. I figure we have about 30 bouquets worth of tulips, which is $600. We have lots of dried flowers, so we can bump it up with that, but you know, it's not gonna be the type of market numbers that we need. Which you think would mean that we have lots of time, it's gonna be an easy weekend, it'll be fine. But this morning, Thursday, I woke up and I have a problem with my eyes. And I've had issues with my eyes before, and it's never simple. So I have a doctor's appointment for my eyes first thing Friday morning. But in the past, when I've had eye issues, it's gone from just, you know, checking out my eyes to sitting and waiting for an opening at an ophthalmologist. And so tomorrow, Friday, I could potentially be sitting around at doctor's offices in town for the entire day, which means I don't have the time on Friday to be able to get all the bouquets ready. So to get myself some time to make it so that worst case scenario, this is still gonna work out, this night, Thursday night, I've been spending cleaning up all of my tulip stems. This is the part that takes the longest for tulip bouquets. Just getting everything cleaned, the leaves stripped, you know, with that work done, you know, to put together 30 bouquets, you know, a few hours, 3 hours. I do need to do some harvesting because I do need the bits and pieces to go along with it, but you know, I should be able to make it work. Bo. Oh, my sweet boy. My sweet boy.
Look at those colors.
My sweet boy.
Look at that love.
I wouldn't be so nervous other than the fact that, you know, even on our most organized, like most positive days, we still end up working for the entire night. So with all these things stacked against us, it's hard to imagine everything working out.
Okay, but it's late. We need to get to bed.
Yes. I have to get up very early tomorrow.
Hello.
So far, disaster weekend is on a positive momentum forward. I went into the eye doctor this morning and it isn't a catastrophic, have to spend all day going to eye doctors type day. I'm back and I'm able to get going, which means that Now I'm actually doing like really good for time instead of, you know, having everything needing to get done on Friday. You know, I'm kind of halfway to my work and I still have all day today. We are down in our ranunculus greenhouse, and this is kind of the perfect example of, you know, the other problem that I have. The problem is that this isn't ready yet. We had timed our tulip and our ranunculus crops so that tulips were gonna end, ranunculus was gonna be started, but then it's been so cold that, you know, the ranunculus are just behind. I have one single beautiful, open, gorgeous ranunculus, which I'm loving. It makes me happy. You know, and the plants, they have lots of buds. Things are coming along on here. It's just, you know, it's like a week too slow. So by next week, I'll have lots of this, but I don't have it this week. And so that means I'm kind of left going around the property, seeing what I can find to supplement in with my tulips, because like I said, I only really have 30 bouquets worth of tulips, and I definitely want to send more than that or sell more than that this weekend. Buddy. Buddy, stop it. You're being a bad cat. Buddy, can you like get out of there?
Successfully grabbed. Oh, cat face.
There's a crazy windstorm blowing in, so we had to come in and hide before we blew away. This week is really difficult for me to find the things to work with, because in the same way that, you know, the ranunculus aren't ready, you know, I just have the tulips as the main flower, even all those extra bits that I'm gonna work with, you know, everything's just, it's so close to being ready. You know, one more week and I feel like I'm gonna have lots of things to work with. I'm gonna have bachelor buttons, and I'm gonna have alliums, and I'm gonna have lots of these little bits and pieces that are gonna pair like beautifully with the ranunculus, you know. Even my filler is a bit of an issue. I've been using cherry leaves. At this point, the leaves are really large, so they don't work as well with the bouquets. You know, by next week, I'll have more fillers that I can work with. I'll have ferns, I'll have hostas, you know, lots of stuff that I'll be able to mix together. But this week, I don't really know what I want to use. I still have lots of my kale flowers, and you know, these are gorgeous, so I'll be using lots of that. I still have some of the white filler that I've been working with, but you know, I'm gonna have to kind of scrounge around to be able to fill in greenery for those 30 bouquets. While we wait for the wind to die down so I don't blow away, we're gonna do some prep work in here. The bouquets, you know, they take a lot of work, but there's also things that I can do ahead of time to make the work a little bit easier. Just have a little bit, just a little bit of tulip carnage. Can you pass me the bread? One thing that people will never show you about being a flower farmer and just being a farmer in general is you spend an insane amount of time doing like dishes. You're basically a glorified dishwasher. Another job that doesn't really seem like very much, but it really adds up, is making our paper wraps. So, you know, I use 18-inch by 18-inch craft paper squares, and then I fold them to, you know, be a little offset, you know, and that's how I make each of the wraps, you know, and this only takes a few seconds to do. But when I'm making 100 bouquets a week, This job really adds up. To fold 100, it takes me about an hour. So I've found, you know, when I'm staying up till 4 in the morning, the last thing I want is to stay up till 5 in the morning because I have to spend an hour folding all these wraps. So I've been trying to get into my workflow the job of pre-folding a bunch of these. And then I have a basket that I keep them in. It makes it easier for me. When I'm making the bouquets, I want to spend my time making the bouquets, you know, on a Monday or Tuesday when I'm cleaning up, washing buckets. This is the perfect time to do a job like this. Anyways, I'll just stand there. The storm's blown over, and so we did a bit of a tidy in here, which is gonna make, you know, my evening of bouquet making way easier. You know, we're prepped. We got the stuff that we need. We got some buckets. Let's go fill them up. The kale was obvious, the kale was easy. Now we need to go do something a little bit tricky. I don't want to use the cherry leaves. They've gotten a little bit too big. At this point, I'm just gonna let the cherries on the stems develop, and then, you know, in a few weeks, I'll strip the leaves and just have stems with cherries, but I need some sort of filler. So we need to kind of go through and see what of our trees has something that might work. We're doing some selective pruning on the tree. There's a bunch of these branches that are super straight and they go straight up. We don't want those on the tree anyways, so they'll work perfect for me to be able to use it as greenery. These apricots, the leaves are just a little bit smaller. I don't think my snips are gonna cut it. I need real pruning equipment. More! Should be able to do something with this, but we need a taller bucket. These branches are adorable because they have the little baby apricots on them, and I love using the branches that have the actual fruit, so that'll be fun to play with. We have greenery, we have yellow filler. Now we just need a few special pieces. We're gonna get some bleeding hearts. Maybe I have a handful of lilacs that are ready, and then white filler flowers.
Are we rich?
We've got money and we have no fresh flowers. So I think I'm gonna close the door, and you know, call it a night. But you know, I definitely, after I make a few of these bouquets, I'm gonna have to come and I'm gonna have to load up the farm stand for the weekend. Smells so good. That's a pretty good looking bouquet just on its own. They're too precious though. Okay, let's get these in water.
You picking the weeds?
Yep. Unfortunately, this is gonna be our last week on this one. These are incredible. They have great vase life and they smell like lilacs. I've really enjoyed them in the bouquets.
Conveniently located.
Yep.
So.
Easy to pop out in the middle of the night and grab more. That should be enough to do at least some of the bouquets.
Not bad for freebies.
Oh, they smell so good. We're coming up to cook dinner right now. As is to be expected, it's currently 9 o'clock and I am heading outside to make bouquets. I'm not overly worried about it because I've done a lot of the cleaning already on the tulips, which is what takes a huge amount of time with the tulips. And I only have enough flowers to do, 35 bouquets. So this isn't gonna be a 4 in the morning night. The kids are in bed, I can focus away and get my work done. After being such a stormy and crazy day, it's actually like really beautiful out right now. I've been feeling pretty disappointed in myself so far this year. It's a running joke that I stay up till 4 in the morning working on the flowers, and I am a night owl. I go to bed late, so it's not an unbearable thing for me to do, but the whole goal for this year was to do better. We restructured the farm this year so that we could have a better work-life balance. We have scaled back on the things that we're doing. We've tried to be really reasonable in, our expectations of what, me and Ian can do on our own. We've been examining our patterns, the way we work, and we've been trying to think of how to be more efficient, how to be more scheduled, how to do things better. And these last couple weeks I haven't been doing that, and the reason why it's so important for us to get a handle on these market workflows is because if something was to happen health-wise, if something was to pop up that disrupted our schedule, we need flexibility in the schedule. And this week is just, reinforcing for me how important that is. I had this little issue with my eyes. I needed to go into the eye doctor, and it made what should have been a really, really simple Friday into a complicated Friday. And it had the potential to turn it into an impossible Friday, which would have destroyed our entire weekend. It's hard because I'm so stuck in these patterns of, putting off doing the bouquets. Here I am, it's nighttime, and, I'm only getting started, and, I need to change how I prioritize what I do with my days. Hopefully, even though I'm not expecting great things out of this market, this week's gonna be the wake-up call that we need to be on the ball with making sure that we do things better in the future. you sitting on my work? Are you sitting on the things that I need? It's very cat-like. Okay, we're on track. It's 10 o'clock. We're gonna put these bouquets together and we're gonna do it super fast this time.
Well, we're doing it again. Serina is making bouquets. She's been going at it for a little while now. And how many bouquets do you have? You gotta have like 25 or so?
Doing pretty good. I'm at 20, this is 30.
Oh.
And there's still
lots.
There's still like a decent amount left, so, you know, because like when I counted it, it was 37 is what I thought I'd be able to make.
Yeah.
And so I was gonna keep 7 for here and then send 30 to the market.
Yeah.
But, you know, if I can make 45,
yeah, that's
then
more.
I'll keep, you know, 10 for here and I'll send 35 down to the market.
For sure. Well, that's pretty good.
They're looking pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
You know, there's not going to be a lot of options.
No. But people only have to buy one bouquet, so
yeah,
as long as they get a nice bouquet, then it's all good.
Totally. There's a good chance that people will be down at the market wanting to do holiday things, like buy themselves a beautiful bouquet.
Oh, I got my truck all packed.
Yep. Well, that's good. So it's 11 o'clock now.
It's 11:30, yeah.
Oh, it's 11:30?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking a half an hour and I'm done. And then an hour of wrapping and then to get all these into the cooler. You know, and then I'm in bed at 1 o'clock, which is, you know,
pretty normal.
That's my bedtime. So, you know, so that's pretty exciting. You know, it's definitely, I feel like the takeaway is that if I can prep flowers before I arrange flowers, you know, because we've been doing, like last year, we harvested flowers on Thursday and then I made bouquets on Friday. But if I could harvest flowers on Thursday and, you know, also be prepping them to make bouquets on Friday, then, you know, and then also not making them when the kids go to bed. It's feeling a lot more positive.
And then I am going to go back into the house and get ready for bed.
Ready for Betty.
Yep. And I'll leave you to your flower making magic.
Well, it feels pretty good. It's 1 o'clock and I got 52 bouquets made. You know, that's a lot more than what I expected to be able to make out of that. So we got 40 to go down to the market and we have 12 for here at the farm stand. You know, fingers crossed, if my 12 sell out today, you know, tomorrow I'd be able to get something together, maybe with the bits and pieces of ranunculus. You know, I still have a few things here and there, so I don't feel like with 12 I'm gonna be leaving the farm stand hanging and $40, that's $800 down to the farmer's market. There's a good chance Ian might still have a $1,000 weekend. Gotta grab these cats and then it's off to bed for me, and we'll see how it goes with Ian.
Well, here we go again. It's another market morning. Last night I probably got more sleep than I ever have before market. So I am going to finish loading up the truck and then I'm gonna load up the roadside stand and I'm gonna head out. Filming in progress. It's only 7:30 and I'm already all set up. Life really is a lot easier when we're just selling flowers and we're not selling the veggies. So I don't know, I'm gonna chill out and maybe walk around for a little bit and check out the market myself. This is the third market we've done so far this year. The other two markets, we basically didn't have any flower competition. This week, there are some other flower vendors. So I'm not anticipating the sales to be quite as hot as they've been in the past, but we got 40 bouquets, 40 fresh bouquets, and then we got all that dried stuff. If I can sell out of the fresh stuff, and I can sell some dried stuff, I'll have a shot at getting to $1,000. It's 10 o'clock, so the market's been open for 2 hours and we've sold about 450 bucks so far. So, I'm feeling pretty good. Traffic's starting to pick up. It was pretty cool this morning and, that just delays people from coming to the market. Now that it's warming up a little bit, hopefully all the people start showing up and we can sell out.
So I made it to the market. I came down to supervise, to tell Ian he has to be a big old sellout. And apparently I did the right thing because we are almost there. We have 2 fresh bouquets left, which means 38 have sold already. And we've also sold probably, I don't know, I feel like we're getting close to $300 in dried flowers. So, really, really exciting to see so much success. And it's really fun to be down in the market too.
Here it is, the last fresh bouquet of the day. This is the one that nobody wanted, but I like it.
The market is finishing up and we're packing everything up to go home. We brought down $800 worth of fresh flowers this week and we ended up selling 1,130. So that has me very excited. People were really excited about the dried flowers. It was really fun to be down here and see the way that all the customers were responding to the different colors and the different textures. It's basically exactly what I hope to see when I put these together. So it feels really good to know that we're kind of hitting the right audience with the dried flowers. I love them, so I want everyone else to love them too. And One thing we are not packing up is any tulips because we sold every single one of them. I couldn't ask for more. I went into this, getting ready for this market thinking that, I was going to be having health problems. I was going to be making it so I couldn't get the work done. I was going to be having incredibly limited product. I was going to be having bad sales. And in the end, pessimistic Serina was completely wrong. Everything turned out a million times better than I could ever have hoped for.
Hey, that's annoying.